A home video of a toddler's near-death experience being used for good against a silent hazard in many of our homes. Hundreds have been killed or injured by window blinds with potentially dangerous cords. So why are they still being sold? Here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Brian Ross.
Adrian, stand up straight and tall, shoulders down.
This is the Walla family of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. All 9 of them. They love to make videos of everything they do.
Hi.
But for 17-year-old Gavin Walla and his parents, there's one video that stands out, back when he was a toddler.
Can you feed the baby some cereal?
Gavin's mother, Nikki, was making a video of 2 of her other children, her twins. The joyful moment is about to end, as she is distracted by a phone off the hook and will swing the camera around, catching a horrifying image of Gavin that we're going to show only because it has a happy ending. Gavin hanging by the neck from the pull cords on a set of window blinds.
He choked himself. He's blue.
Gavin.
And then the sweetest sounds Gavin's parents had ever heard. He was alive.
He's crying. He's making noises.
Can you breathe?
Gavin was left with a welt across his neck, but that was all.
And fortunately, he doesn't really remember it, and it doesn't seem to have caused any permanent damage.
But unfortunately, since the day of Gavin's accident some 13 years ago, the Consumer Product Safety Commission estimates well over 100 American children have died, somehow caught in window blind cords.
Brian, I see decades, and I'm talking decades, about children once a month getting hanged to death by these products, and it's got to stop. These are many different types of samples.
Elliot Kay, the chairman of the Consumer Product Safety Commission, says he's made the elimination of window blinds with cords a top priority after a 30-year period in which both the industry and his own agency have failed to do so. Kay says cordless versions like this set solve the problem.
It's beautiful.
But Kay's agency doesn't have the legal authority to outright ban the corded versions, and he says the industry continues to drag its feet.
I think it's disgusting. I really do.
Most of the blinds sold in this country come from 3 major manufacturers: Springs, Hunter Douglas, and Newell Rubbermaid, which sells the Levolor brand. None of their executives would agree to appear in our report.
Mr. Vasami?
Nor would the head of the window blind trade group, Ralph Vasami, when we caught up with him outside his office in New York City.
I wanted to ask you some questions about the children who have died in the window blind accidents. Can you talk about that at all, sir?
No.
But under oath in a brain injury lawsuit last year against a window blind company, Vasami could not avoid answering questions.
So by making the decision to not eliminate those hazards, implicitly they're making the decision to allow children to continue to be exposed to those hazards, correct?
Yes.
The lawyer asking the questions, Jim Onder, has brought more than 50 death and injury lawsuits in window blind cases.
How many have gone to trial?
None.
They've all settled?
Yes.
Why?
The documents and the testimony is too condemning that I don't think a manufacturer can afford to go to trial.
The industry disputes the Safety Commission's accident numbers and has produced videos to show a range of safety features that it says have substantially cut the death rate, including breakaway cords and methods to keep cords out of a child's reach. There is no need to ban window blinds with cords, the industry maintains.
For the 90% of American consumers who don't have small children, the corded option may make some sense.
Nancy Nord is a former member of the Consumer Product Safety Commission, who industry lobbyists arranged to talk with us.
You can't have an environment, one, where all risk has been eliminated. That just is a naive thing to want.
The parents of 2-year-old Mac Thomas strongly disagree.
Hey, Mac, would you like more?
Erica and Stephen Thomas of suburban Washington, D.C., initially came under investigation after their son died, even though they had done everything they could think of to make their home safe.
I did everything that I knew to do to keep my child safe, and my son is gone.
Mac's mother found him one morning lifeless on the floor, strangled when he got caught in a blind cord. Apparently, she thinks, as he tried to look out his window at the stars that he and his brother loved so much.
And he wouldn't wake up. And I was screaming. I was just screaming. And then I ran out of the house with him. And I just sat I sat on the front lawn in the mud.
Parents are often the first ones blamed, says Linda Kaiser of suburban St. Louis. In the wake of the death of her daughter in a window-blind cord accident, she also came under police investigation, leading her to set up a foundation called Parents for Window-Blind Safety to help expose the problem.
When I understood, okay, police officers don't get it, all these people in the nation don't get it, that made me want to fight for educating people.
The industry says it too is trying to educate the public about the hazards.
And many new parents may be unaware of potential cord dangers,
including a new Best for Kids campaign. Yet working with our ABC affiliates across the country, we found that message is not getting through or being acted on in many places.
Is there a safety issue or anything like that?
No, I don't think so.
ABC reporters went to major stores asking about blinds for children's room and found a confusing array of options, often not clearly labeled. In some cases, store employees were helpful.
That's why cordless is a really good option when you have tots.
But in many others, employees seemed to have no idea or had not been trained about the danger.
When you have the cord, you could just tie it up.
Is there a safety issue or anything like that? No.
And our affiliate reporters also discovered that a safety warning is posted on both the corded or hazardous blinds and on the cordless blinds, which don't pose the same threat.
So what's the impact when they put a warning label on something that is the safer
Pure
product?
confusion.
In the last few weeks, Kay's campaign on the window blind industry has had several victories. IKEA and Target have both taken all window blinds with cords off their shelves. They now only sell cordless blinds.
We were very eager to do whatever we could to increase the safety of our products.
And since we began our reporting on the issue, Home Depot, Walmart, and Lowe's have now announced they too will stop carrying window blinds with cords, but not until the end of 2018, 3 years away.
I'm thinking of not if another child is going to die, but when. And I see another mother sitting in the mud, holding her lifeless child.
For Nightline, Brian Ross, ABC News, New York.